Oh no. No. Oh, it says I'm live and now I'm nervous. As soon as I started, I got a little note saying your internet connection is weak and you might not be able to go live. I'm going to give it 1 second and see if anybody hops on. Otherwise, I'm going to have to jump off. Oh, somebody's here. Okay, good. Who's here? Please say hi because I have to ask you a question very quickly. That is Michelle. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Michelle, hey, Colleen. Good. Can you guys hear me okay? Is everything good? Because I got a warning that my network connection was weak and I might not be able to go live, but I think it's working. Well, hi, Flo. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. Okay, good. Hi, Michelle. Anyway, I also want to say hi to Colleen. Good. Thanks, guys, for responding. So I know it's working for sure. Melissa, this is the first live video we've done that Melissa Pontius has not been able to attend live. So she's going to watch later on the recording, but because she's been so faithful every single time and she's missing her first one, I want to give her a shout out. So, hey, Melissa, I hope you're having a good day. Okay, ladies. Well, happy you're here. Today we're going to talk about how to make more money. Okay, good. Thanks, Flo. Good, I guess. I had that little scare for a moment. Hey, Bunny, how are you? Okay, so how to make more money. I assume that if you're here today and you want to learn how to make more money, that the business you're doing is a little bit more than just a hobby. Because face it, if you're just doing something and it's a hobby, then the money's just a bonus, but you're not really worried about how much you're going to make. Buongiorno, Bunny. You speak Spanish, I'll speak Italian. So anyway, we all have different kinds of businesses, and I want to really try, the things I'm going to talk about will address all of them, whether you have a brick and mortar, or whether you're in network marketing, or direct sales, or you do coaching. Whatever you do, these principles are going to apply. So hang with me. I hope you can learn something new and something that you can implement and really have benefit you and your business. Now, probably every one of you knows at least one person in network marketing who literally more than once a year switches to a different company, right? And granted, the product, they just keep thinking that if they keep switching to a different company, they're eventually going to hit the product that's going to be the gold mine. That's going to be the product that's suddenly going to just catapult them into a 6-7 figure income, right? We all know those people. We've all met those people. And we all know that's not true, right? That is not the way it happens. It's not the magic. It's not the product. And granted, you want to believe in the product you sell. That's really important. And there are a lot of good products out there, but it's not the product that's going to be the magic that's going to earn you the money, right? So let's go a little farther and talk about how you're going to make more money. And the bottom line is, no matter what you're doing, no matter what your business is, you're going to make more money when you reach more people, right? It all comes down to reaching more people. And there are many ways to do that, but hang with me because a lot of the things that people are doing are driving people away instead of drawing them in. And especially if you're doing some social network, some social media marketing, you really might be doing some things that are sending people screaming in the other direction. So let's talk about how you're going to meet more people. And the first thing I would want to talk about, because it's live and live trumps everything. And granted, it's not always the best use of your time, but it trumps everything. And that's like doing some networking. So if you don't know where to start, you can start like by looking up meetup.com, see what kind of networking groups are in your area. And listen, some of the basic rules about networking are, number one, you have to be consistent. I've seen too many people join networking groups and maybe they visit 3 times, maybe they go 3 months, maybe they even go a year, but then they leave because they didn't get any business. Well, I didn't get any business, so I'm going to leave. I'll go try another group. If I had a nickel for every time I've seen that happen, I don't know, I could probably buy a cup of Starbucks coffee. But anyway, you have to be consistent, and especially depending on the product you're selling. Like suppose you're a real estate agent and you're in a group for 3 months. Well, in that 3 months, there's a real good chance that nobody in your group had the need to buy or sell a house. And maybe they didn't even know anybody in that situation that they could refer you to. So you have to give it enough time, but you have to be consistent. You have to show up on a regular basis. Because if people aren't seeing you regularly, you're never going to be top of mind to them. You know, when they think of a realtor, they're not going to think of you if you only show up once every few months. So you have to make sure you're visible, you're present, because it's about you. It's about you branding yourself. It's about people seeing you, and it's about them remembering you when they need what you sell. I just realized, I hope that wasn't making a whole lot of noise. I had my fan on. It was hot in here. Hey, Darlene. So anyway, that's number one. Number two, if you're in a networking group, consider getting involved on another level beyond just showing up. So be on the board, or maybe sit at registration and sign people in. That's one of the best places to be, because if people are going to remember a face, they're going to remember the person they see every week or every month at the sign-in table, right? And not only that, people are just, you're going to be way more top of mind for them because they're seeing you, you're making a bigger imprint in their mind. But people are going to be drawn to you because they know you're giving more, you're doing more. It says more about you as a person because you're investing your time to help this group to be successful. And so they're going to be drawn to that. So if you're in a networking group, consider that. Show up, be consistent, but get involved on another level. Now, here's something very important about networking. You need to first identify your ideal client. And listen, for me, that took me a long time to understand what that meant. Okay? One of the businesses I do that I've done for 8 years is my health coaching practice. And when people would say, who's your ideal client? My answer was 90% of Americans, because, 70, 80% of them need to lose weight, and at least another 15% of them might not have a weight problem, but they're not living a healthy lifestyle. So this was my ideal audience. Well, that's never going to work, because then every message I put out there, everything I do to try and brand myself is going to be so diluted because I'm trying to talk to everyone that chances are nobody's going to hear anything. So narrow it down. Think about who are the people you attract the most? Who are the people you connect with the best? So when I started thinking about that way for my health coaching practice, I thought, well, I really connect with corporate people. I was in corporate America all my life until, I left and started my own business. So I really relate to corporate people. I also really relate to postmenopausal women who think it's just too late to get on that wagon to start becoming healthy, because it's like, well, I've done all the damage already. I can't do anything now. So that's two, but you still want to narrow it down to one. And I'll tell you why. Here's why. If I narrow it down and say, I'm just going to speak to corporate people, now I can really address their pain points. Corporate people have completely different pain points than, say, a young mom who needs to lose, some baby fat after she just had her baby. So I might talk to the fact that, do you find your day too busy and you can't grab something healthy to eat? Well, I can help you with something that's quick and easy, but it's going to make you feel good and it's going to give you good nutrition. Or how about the fact that, when you're working with me to lose weight or to get healthy, I can have your macros perfectly balanced and I can help you get all your nutrition so that you don't have that afternoon slump, so that you're not worried about falling asleep in the middle of that afternoon meeting. I can talk very specifically to their pain points. And guess what? All those people are really going to hear me because this is exactly what they're struggling with. So do you see why it makes sense to really narrow down and speak to one ideal client, one audience? And like I said, make sure that's the audience that you're attracted to, that attracts you. It's a two-way thing. I mean, these are the people you like to work with and the people who are drawn to you because you have all that in common. Now, at some point later, you can definitely branch out and start speaking to other audiences. But start with one and you'll be amazed at how much more successful you'll be in really, really promoting your business. So finding your ideal client. And, when you're looking at networking groups, keep that in mind. If you're selling Mary Kay or Pampered Chef, is the best use of your time and your money joining the Chamber of Commerce, or maybe joining a women's networking group? Think about that. Chamber of Commerce, you're definitely going to meet more people, but it's more diluted. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the husband, maybe the guys you're talking to, the local bankers and lawyers and whatever, maybe 3 months from now, their wife says, boy, I wish I could find somebody who sold Mary Kay, and they might remember you sold it, but chances are they won't. So don't waste your time. Don't waste your money being somewhere that's not going to be most beneficial to what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so when you're thinking about networking groups, you've got to figure out who's your ideal client and then focus on finding groups that are going to, where those people are going to be. You want to be where those people are. Okay, so that's something you got to really spend some time thinking about. But if you have a salon, you know that the majority of your clients are women. I know you get men too, but your majority are women. So again, Chamber of Commerce is not going to be as effective an area for you as women's groups. So keep that all in mind. You want to make the best use of your time and your finances, because that's why we're here. We want to maximize our time, and we certainly don't have time to waste, and we certainly don't have money to waste, or we wouldn't be here trying to figure out how to make more, right? Okay, then the other thing I want to talk about is advertising. Okay, and I hinted at social media, and if you're not using social media to promote your business, you can't even imagine how much you're leaving on the table. Because look, number one, it's free, but number two, it's where everybody is today. It's where you have the opportunity to have so much impact, to reach such a huge audience. If I'm trying to find those corporate people who are frustrated because they're pre-diabetic and they need to lose weight and they're just too busy to figure it out, well, if I'm on social media, I could be talking to 1,000 of them with one post. Okay? So if you're not taking advantage of it already, you really need to think about it. And I've got to tell you, I've heard a lot of people say, yeah, but my business doesn't work on social media. Social media doesn't work for me. And to this day, and if I live to be 100, I will never understand why they think that. Social media is people. And those people come from all walks of life. There are doctors and lawyers and nurses and salon owners and Mary Kay reps and Isagenix reps, and you name it, everybody's there. Young moms. I mean, everybody is on social media. So I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're a roofing company. I don't care if you sell water treatment. I don't care what you do. There are people on social media who either in their personal life or in their business at some point in time are going to be looking for you. I live in the Pottstown area, and there's a Facebook group called 422 Families for this whole corridor of 422. And I honestly, every day somebody's on there saying, hey, can anybody recommend a good pediatric dentist? Can somebody recommend a good roofing company? Can somebody recommend this, recommend that? And you know what? If you don't have a social media presence, they're not going to be as likely to call you as if somebody can just put a link and they just click on the link and there you are. So now they have all your information, but you've also come with a referral. So that's powerful, people. So I don't care what you do. If you think social media is not for you, think again, because if your business is dependent on having clients or customers, they're there. So don't discount that. Don't think it's not true. But here's my warning. Social media, for a lot of people who are in network marketing or any kind of direct sales, they have these specific strategies that they're using. And it's gotten to the point that like everybody's using the same strategies, and it's getting gimmicky and it's turning people off. And if these are the things you're doing, just be cautious and think twice about it. My Facebook friends list has grown to about it's over 3,000 people now, 3,500 or something. And honestly, I don't know 2/3 of those people, because when I started Facebook, it was just reconnecting with friends and family, and it was like a party every night. Now it's become a place of connections. And I would not be involved in any of the businesses I'm involved in right now if it weren't for people that I met on Facebook over the past 8 years. I would just still be in corporate America doing what I've done since I was 17 years old. So there is so much opportunity and so many fabulous connections that you can make on Facebook that will benefit you, that will benefit people you meet. But here's the deal. Because I have that many friends, I probably get about 10 new friend requests every day. And when I accept somebody's friend request, at least one person a day is right away sending me a private message, either just saying, hi. Sometimes that's all they say is hi. Sometimes it's, hi, thanks for accepting my friend request. Sometimes it goes all the way and it's like, hi, I see that you're in health and wellness. And listen, I have this company I would love to tell you about. Would you be open to hearing about my company? Because I think it would be such a great fit for what you do. Well, I have a friend that I met on Facebook who did a Facebook Live a while ago about like good networking. And she said when somebody does that, she said, I feel like they just walked into a room full of people and walked up to me and grabbed my boob. And I almost died, but I thought that is so true. It's like, yo, dude, buy me a drink first, please. Don't just walk in and grab my boob. That's what it feels like when people are jumping in that deep and they just met you. And honestly, I think even just saying hi, whatever, I feel like that's just as gimmicky. And I don't respond when I get that. Think about it like a party, okay? Because Facebook is a social thing. So pretend you're at a party and you walk in and there's a room full of people. Well, if you walk up to somebody that you never met before, it's totally logical to say, hey, so how do you know Sally? I know Sally from school. How do you know her? And you start up a very casual conversation. But do you walk in the room and grab that person you've never met and drag them into another room to ask those questions? No, because that would just be weird, right? No, you do it in public. You start to get to know them first in public. And I challenge you to think about doing social media the same way. Start to get to know them publicly. Look at their posts, comment on their posts if they're funny. This is going to draw you to your tribe, and it's going to draw people to you is, seeing where you click and who you click with. Take your hand off my boob, you boob. I love it. Love it, buddy. But really, just get to know them in the crowd first. Now, there's a girl that I met on Facebook maybe a year ago, and I just fell in love with this girl's presence. She was hysterical. She just, right away, I felt like, oh my gosh, this is somebody I could really connect with. I just really like this girl. And after we commented on each other's stuff for a while, maybe a few weeks, I private messaged her then. I said, listen, I know we don't even know each other yet. I said, but you're just somebody I want to get to know better. I said, I enjoy your posts on Facebook so much. You are a hoot. I look so forward to what you're going to say next. I just really want to get to know you better. Like, would you like to do a Zoom call this week? And she's like, yeah, why not? And we did a Zoom call and we hit it off great. And it was just, I made a new friend. Do things the way that makes sense. Do things the way you do them in real life. Just because you're on a computer or on a phone doesn't mean you throw out all those rules of etiquette that we grew up with that we hopefully still practice in person, but we don't seem to do them when it comes to the social media space. So really think about just doing things a way that makes more sense as to how you would do them live, and then do them that way instead of just really getting obnoxious and gimmicky, because people are seeing through the gimmicks. And honestly, I'm in a lot of different groups, and every other day somebody's saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm getting inundated by these private messages. People are just saying hi and all this. We can see right through it. You're saying hi because you're trying to open the door that I'll say hi back, and then you'll say something else and I'll say something else. And this is how we're going to build a friendship. That's not the natural way that friendships build. So stop the gimmicky stuff, because you're driving more people away than you're drawing in. Okay, start in the room and then take them off into a private room later. Okay, so that's really important. Now, the bottom line is all these are ways that you can increase your business, make more money. But here's the final thought, and this is the biggest thing. Whatever it is you're doing, are you treating it like a job or are you treating it like a hobby? Okay? If you're working for somebody else and you don't show up, do you get paid? Most likely not. I mean, if you do, that's great. Don't ever leave that job. But most likely you're not getting paid if you don't show up and if you don't work, because if you don't work, you'll get fired. Are you showing up for your own business? Or are you getting distracted by all the other things going on every day? Think about this. If you were working for someone else, the things that are distracting you all day, you might be gone 8 hours a day, but when you come home, those things are still there. But did those things keep you from going to your job and working for 8 hours before you came home and dealt with them then? You've got to find the balance and give your business the priority that it needs, or it's not going to grow. Bottom line, it's not going to grow. Another area that I think everybody really needs to look at, each person individually, because I've seen a lot of people do this. Personal development is very important, and we talk about that all the time. And you definitely should be doing all that you can to become a better person every day and become a better business owner and become a better mother and wife and friend and daughter and you name it. Personal development's important. But I see people who literally spend maybe 5-6 hours a week listening to podcasts tonight and listening to a training tomorrow night and doing a boot camp Saturday and doing so many things, 4 or 5 hours. And I challenge you to see how many hours a week you're actually spending on your business. And that doesn't mean, putting your information into QuickBooks. It doesn't mean doing the clerical stuff. I'm talking about touching your business every day for a certain amount of time to actually meet people, talk to people, get the word out about your business, promote your business. If you want to do a social media strategy, which you definitely should, you honestly don't have to spend more than a half an hour a day to develop a really strong social media presence. And again, if you're doing that, another quick guideline, you don't want your social media thread to be nothing but your business. I talked to a girl a few years ago who was doing Nerium, and she said, "What do you think about my social media, my Facebook presence?" I said, "Honestly," "all you talk about is Nerium. And let me tell you right now, nobody is going to buy your product because they need your product so badly, because there are lots of other people who sell what you sell and who do what you do. They're going to buy you. They want you. So if all they're seeing is ad after ad for what you sell, you're never going to sell it. They need to get to know you. So make sure you balance that with living your life out loud a little bit. Let people get to know you, because we know that people do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So if they don't ever get to know you, they'll never know whether or not they like you, and they certainly won't ever know if they can trust you. So they're going to go buy from somebody else that fits that criteria. So make sure you're building a presence and you're posting regularly enough that people are clear about what you do, that you're top of mind when they want that, but they can see who you are so that you can start to attract your tribe. I attract a tribe of people who either love or hate scary clowns, because that's my October gimmick. So seriously, that's funny. I mentioned the clown thing because that proves to me that branding works so well. For any of you that are new to me, because I know we've got a lot of women here who haven't met yet, every October on Facebook, I post a scary clown every day in the month of October. And let me tell you something, all year long, I get private messages from people of different things they've seen and found that have to do with scary clowns, because they know that I'm the scary clown lady. And I thought, wow, if anything ever showed me the power of branding, that did. Because all year long, seriously, all year long, every month I'm getting 2 or 3 things sent to me privately. Lots of times from people I don't even know, but I've branded myself so well that there's no question in people's mind that when they see a scary clown, they know and they think of me. So branding's important. So it's got to be clear what you do, but they have to get to know you. If they can't get to know you, it's not going to happen. So seriously, the training's important, the personal development's important, but you have to show up for work. I have a girlfriend I talked to just a couple days ago, and she teaches her team. I think she says, I don't know why the number, but I think she says she teaches them if they touch their business every day for 56 minutes. I think she said that. It was a weird number, and it didn't even dawn on me till now that it was a weird number. But say an hour a day. If you touch your business an hour a day, even if you want to take weekends off and just have a 5-day work week, it's amazing how your business will grow. But so often you think you're touching your business, but you're not. You're in a meeting or you're in a training. You're really not doing anything that's going to build your business. But if you actually focus on building your business for an hour a day for 5 days a week, it's amazing how much you can accomplish. So that's bottom line, folks. Treat your job like a business. And remember, people are buying you. They're not buying nobody wants your product so bad that they're going to be seeking you out, because there are many other people who do what you do. They're going to do business with the people they know, like, and trust. So you've got to get out and meet more people. You've got to expose yourself to more people, and you've got to take advantage of social media, because my gosh, it's free. It's a free platform where you are going to reach thousands of people. Why in the world would you not take advantage of that? Paper advertising, paid ads. If you have a brick and mortar, if you are a real estate agent, there are certain situations where that's a very smart thing to do. If you're in network marketing or direct sales, I say absolutely not, because you're one of a million people doing what you're doing. You need to brand yourself more than anything else. So you're only going to do that by building relationships. So I would say paid advertising, I think, is pretty much a waste of money in those cases. But again, brick and mortars and stuff, definitely. So any questions? Thank you all for coming. It's always fun to talk to you. I still am seeing Bunny's comment about taking your hand off my boob. You boob. Seriously, remember that, folks. Jumping right into a private message is like dragging them right into a room and grabbing their boob. Just don't do it. It's not pretty. Don't do it. And I'm going to be smart. Okay, let's scroll down. Last week I didn't scroll down and there were a bunch of messages. So any questions, any comments? It's always good. Okay, well, listen, I am going to post either today or tomorrow another poll. See what kind of topics you want for the next few weeks. And I want to give you what you want. So we will see what that is and then be looking forward to your invite for next week. So have a good day. Have a great weekend and we'll see you next Tuesday. Bye, ladies.